Hello and welcome back to Video Gamers Oasis. I'm your host Jeremy. Back again with some more reading of the really interesting history book, Art of Atari by Tim Lapetino. We're learning about the history of Atari 2600 art. And we recently were reading about the box artwork. And we finished page 73, Brain Games. Now we'll be reading page 74, Breakout, the video computer system for the Atari 2600. Pardon the way I'm dressed. I'm a little goofy. I have a bandana on. I got the fans blowing full blast. It's very dark in this room. I have no air conditioning in my apartment for the time being until I get a better, cooler, air-conditioned home studio. This is going to be just fine for now. But thank you for your patience. We're dealing with things with the best of our ability during this time. Summertime. I hope you're having a cool, refreshing afternoon or morning, whatever the time you're watching this video. We're going to learn more about the Atari 2600 and the artwork in this book by Tim Lapetino. But before we begin with that, would you please give a like to this video, send some love to this video, follow me on TikTok, Video Gamers Oasis, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Video Gamers Oasis, subscribe and click the notification bell. I also have a podcast, Video Gamers Oasis Playful Podcast, where I talk about various gaming and geeky topics that are interested me. One of the topics that I've been creating, like sort of a mini-series on my podcast, Video Gamers Oasis Playful Podcast, is my collectible card collection. My gaming cards, trading cards. And one of the collections I have is the Magic the Gathering cards. I recently looked at my Summon Thrall, my Sorcerer cards, and in another week I looked at my Instant cards. So stay tuned, I have some more cards to show you, different categories each week. So I have a lot of cards to talk about, and I'm trying to make it more interesting and more variety. It's not just about cards. I talk about gaming, I talk about gaming history. I even do some movie reviews. I even did a Thor, Love and Thunder, first impressions. It wasn't like a professional movie review, but it's on my podcast, Video Gamers Oasis Playful Podcast, available on YouTube and Anchor.fm. You can also check out my podcast on Spotify. That being said, let's get back into the reading of Art of Atari by Tim Lapetino. We're reading about box artwork of Atari, and we're recently reading page 74. The topic is Breakout. Breakout. It reads in this paragraph, it says, Breakout. A home version of the arcade hit for the VCS. The 2600 game pits the player against a rainbow-colored row of bricks, utilizing a bouncing ball to break through to the other side for a greater high score. With its addicting gameplay and iconic visuals, Breakout is one of Atari's classic cartridges for the VCS. Pardon that jingling sound, that's my cat Buddy. He just had some fish, and he likes to clean himself after he eats. So he's making a jingling sound with his collar, and he's scratching himself. So let's look at the game screen. It's a very colorful Atari 2600 game screen. This game's called Breakout. It's you can see how Arkanoid was developed. It's very similar to Arkanoid. There's just like a paddle that bounces a ball, or in this case a small square pixel, across a screen of rainbow bricks, and you have to eliminate all these bricks in order to win the game and get to the next level. And here at the top of the screen we have the in light gray numbers. We have 0, 2, 4, and then we have number 5, and then we have number 1. So that is obviously the score of the game. Moving on to the main paragraph. Here's the Breakout game, video computer system, game program. We have 12 video games. Breakout, Bullet, Breakthrough, 1 player to 4 players. And we have an illustration here on the front of the cover with 2 gentlemen who looks like middle-aged, late 40s, early 50s. They're playing a game of, could be squash, could be paddleball. It's very similar to tennis. And Atari, Warner Corporate Communications Company, is the company that associated with. The number is CX2622. So there is the game box, and it's a cool box, and I like it a lot. The very colorful illustration. Here's what the paragraph says. For this, I wanted to have some kind of motion to it, almost like handball or racquetball. I thought of different things. Sledgehammers, guys breaking through walls. I just wanted to create a mood, so I drew these tennis players to show the movement back and forth. And that was the legendary artist Cliff Spohn who said that. Let's move back a bit.